right, good morning everyone. So kind of a unique scenario. So I was at Thanksgiving with my parents in Carlsbad area, and basically I ended up finding my dream car, a car that I've looked for a really long time, popped up on Marketplace, which is very weird, but it did. I've seen this car back in 2000, I think 4 or 2007, I can't remember which one, when we went to the X Games and there was like Rallycross back then. So that gives you a time frame of when it was. Never seen it since then. It hasn't popped up. It's been gone forever. And it was at like a Subaru meet that we went to, which was really cool. Randomly found it, and the guy's like, yeah, I'm in Michigan, but you know what? If you want it, I am flying back Saturday night at 12 o'clock. So that was for me now about 4 hours ago. Why that's significant is because I'm flying to the Philippines here in, I don't know, 5 hours. So I fly to the Philippines at 11 out of LAX. So I had to go from my parents' house in Carlsbad, north to Rancho. I needed to pick up something in Pasadena, a helmet for my buddy Patrick up in Canada. So picked up a helmet for him, then drove back down to Carlsbad, spent the night last night, well, I guess a couple hours ago. And then me and my mom are headed down here, and it's like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. And we're gonna meet the guy and go check out the car and then either get it or not get it. And then from here, straight off to the Philippines. So literally from here, go up to their house, drop off the car there, and then take the wife's car up to Margaritas' house, leave that car at Margaritas', have Margaritas drop me off at the airport, and then the Nancy flies in like 7 days from now, so she'll pick up the car and then go back home. So we had to kind of strategically figure out this whole plan to see what's going on, just so I could possibly come get this car that I've been looking for a long time. But I normally don't get up at 4 a.m. and drive to San Diego, but that's what we're doing now. So we're gonna see how this is. Let's go check out the car and see what happens. Okay, so we came to a conclusion, we came to a deal. It's pretty crazy, most I've ever spent on a car, but it's something I've absolutely always wanted. And here, I'll show you guys the car. You're gonna be the first person to ever see this thing from my point of view and what we just purchased. So they have a lot of really cool cars, but this is what we just got. Look at this thing. Super crazy. Right next to our buddy, good old E30 M3. So, yep, made a deal, we're making it happen. There we go. All right, so we're actually in the car, and I found out the key doesn't go over here. The key actually goes over here, and that's not even the right key. This is the Ford key. So first time in it, first time starting it up. All right, make sure this thing's in neutral.
I think so, yeah.
By the way, we're learning how to drive. We have a professional driver over here showing us how to make this happen. And just fires right up. So low fuel light, so we're gonna go to the gas station, go get fuel. This thing is super cool, like super crazy. All right, here, let me hand the phone to you, and we're gonna try and drive this thing. So, and I just turned on the radio. Is there a curb here or no?
In where we're at with our economy and the housing crisis.
Okay.
All right, am I in gear?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I don't think I'm in gear. Oh yeah. No, I think that's third gear, but it's okay. We're still moving in third. No power steering?
I don't think so.
Real race car. Oh no, there's power steering once you get going. Oh yeah, we're in first gear now.
You're gonna get used to it.
Yeah, it's no big deal. And then left?
No, right.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the Chevron.
This thing is super cool. right, check it out. I made it happen. This thing is so cool. Like, coolest sounding car ever. Listen to this thing. So just put first tank of gas in this thing. It's got about a 10-gallon tank in it. And yeah, absolutely love it. Coolest thing ever. So now I'm headed back to my parents' house, and then from there I am headed to the airport. So I have to get from here to my parents, and from my parents to LAX in the next like 2.5, 3 hours. So we're gonna make it happen. But just want to show you the first drive. This thing is rad. All right, so just got back, made it to my parents' house. We're now gonna stuff it under car cover because I'm flying out in like an hour and a half, and it's a 2-hour drive. So we're gonna cover it all up, and then I'm headed straight to the airport and flying to the Philippines. So yeah, we made it back. The thing is super cool. It's crazy. This is like 40 years different. No, yeah, almost 40 years difference in vehicles. But such a cool car. Super excited on this. All right, let's cover it up. Let's go. All right, so I'm at my parents' house, and look, we're watching Fast and Furious 4 at almost midnight. And look, this is my actual car. That's the actual one right there. You can tell it's right-hand drive because it had to be right-hand drive for the movie, and obviously they have different plates on it, and that's when it had the light pods in the front. But yep, same exact car. And we know the owner of the 8.6 as well. But anyways, yep, that's the one. Look at that. Fast and Furious 4. So let's see. See? Shoo. All right, so in order to bring the new car home, we had to make room in here because technically this is only a 2-car garage, but behind me, you see what we did. So literally I called them up, I was like, hey, let's put a rack in here. And they had me measure from floor to roof, and I basically have like 111 inches, 112 inches, which technically isn't enough space, but we're gonna make it happen. So they came over, they put the rack in, and it's basically just a 4-post lift rack. But if you notice, look at how close we are up top. So it barely fits. Basically, you can't even see through the top of this. So in order to obviously bring the 3rd car in, I only have parking for 2 cars. So we had to get 2 cars in here somehow. So I got super creative. So all the way up top, I basically stand on here and have someone else bump it up all the way till it goes up, and you can see maybe like maybe half an inch to the roof up there. Also, I have to put the car in backwards because when the garage door comes up, it comes all the way up and it clears the front windshield by like less than an inch. So barely clears the front window, so I have marks there. But also, check this out. In order to get it to fit, I had to let all the air out of the tires and then go up. So it's actually aired down, and then we pulled it down from the back. So if you look from over here, we actually have it like strapped and pulled down to lower this thing as much as possible. So the quick change is sitting basically on the winch. And then this is as low as we possibly can go. And that way we can get it up. And if you look, I have a little mark. So once it clears the blue paint, or the blue tape, there we go. That's how we know how high it has to be. Now the bottom car has to be no higher than 54 inches. 54 inches it'll hit. So let's check this out. If you look up here, it clears by like, the drip tray kind of touches it, right? But in order to make that happen, look down here what we had to do on the 1 Series. We literally, because we're putting on new body panels on it, so all big duct tape stuff, but we literally had to take it off and it's sitting on casters. So we literally can't even run wheels on the bottom car in order to get 2 cars in here. So we went from a 2-car garage to shuffling the cars like this, to shuffling the cars backwards, and now we got them in here. So now we can actually go and go to San Diego to my parents' house and go pick up the new car. Let's go. All right, so behind me is the RS200. This thing has been a dream car of mine literally since I think I saw it back in like 06 or 07 for the rally racing. So super cool car. I've seen it, and it kind of, like I said earlier, just like disappeared, but we finally got it back home. So you guys saw earlier that we had to have the 2-car lift in order to get it in here. So luckily it did kind of fit, and then we got this home late last night. I didn't film anything because it was dark out. It was kind of hard to film. And the wife actually got a flat tire in her Tesla, so it took a lot longer to get home. And it was kind of funny because on the way home, my mom called like, hey, you guys haven't moved in a while. Like, what's going on? Are you guys grab food? Like, what's, it's like 1 a.m. Like, you guys okay? Did the car break down? I was like, hey, it wasn't my car that broke down. The Tesla broke down. She's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, Tesla, like something hit the Tesla and sliced a big slot in the side of the tire. So get a new tire for the Tesla, but Behind us is the RS. So it's home. It's good to go. Today I want to just go drive it around a little bit because I haven't got a chance to drive it. It's been sitting at my parents for almost a month while I've been in the Philippines. And yeah, so basically just gonna jump in this thing, go rip it around, see what it needs. I'm sure there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. The shifter setup is kind of weird. There's a lot of play in it somewhere, so I'm sure Garagistic can help me out with some bushings or something to fix that. The shift knob, I've already got one to upgrade on that thing. The guy said there's no power steering, but there's supposed to be power steering in it, maybe electrical or something, so I gotta figure that out. And then it stumbles when you get on throttle, it kind of like breaks up and stumbles. The intercooler piping is highly questionable, so that's something we'll have to go to probably HPS later on this week and fix that. But we're just gonna see what it does, how it drives, and go take the car for a test drive. So let's go. That should be in gear. It's very like finicky in a weird way. There we go. Let's see if the garage door closes. Oh yeah, it's one of these. Yeah, it worked. Never had a garage door opener. I've never had to go in that garage in a quick. Oh, is it good? Oh yeah, it's shutting. All right. Let's see how this thing does. I'm still learning how to shift this thing. So shifter is definitely something we're gonna have to adjust.
That actually sounds great.
Right?
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's just a small room. Let's see. Yeah, that wasn't even in boost yet. So this thing is cool. Definitely has some idling, so
That's actually insane.
So definitely need to fix that. There's definitely some things that need to be fixed, so we'll have to go through it all. Probably some vacuum leaks, maybe some other stuff going on. Don't know how good the fuel is, so maybe we should go get fuel first. Oh, am I in a gear? I am in a gear, and it is first. There we go. That's a plus. We definitely have to let it warm up. So it's still below the M on normal, which means it's way low. I think there's 5 years. There we go. Oh, if we get the green light, this would be cool. Oh, nope. We got it first. So we're gonna head up literally right by the house, so head up over here, see how this thing is. It should be fun though. But there's a lot of wind, which kind of concerns me, especially about getting fuel, because if you haven't seen how you get fuel in this thing, it's not exactly the most elegant situation. You have to open up the rear clamshell. Windy it is. I don't think the rear clamshell is safe. Yeah, something's moving still. Yeah, look how windy it is. Like, it's insanely windy right now. Like insanely windy. Yeah, there should be a couple turns and stuff up here. steering wheel would like either come closer or tone down or something. That might be something I adjust in the future. It's like really far out. Yeah, I don't know how clean this road is, especially because of the weather from last night.
I think there's some cool roads in Mexico.
They are. I mean, I'm still under the speed limit, like, it just feels crazy. I think what makes it feel crazier is the side wind from the mountains, like blowing on us sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys can't really tell from outside, but there's a lot of wind going on, like, insane amount of wind. Yeah, see, we're just cruising. And we're behind a Jeep, so we're not speeding. I've just never drove this car anywhere. Yeah, look at the wind ripping over there. Oh, what type of rocks?
Falling from the mountain.
Yeah, well, there's rocks in the middle. Yeah, it looks like about 20 pounds of peak right here.
That's like a video game.
Dude, it doesn't even sound real. Look at the mountains up there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The only problem with taking this thing snowboarding is you can't put snowboards anywhere.
Yeah.
See, we let this guy go way farther.
It is pretty smooth. Does it only have 4,000 miles?
No, you're missing the one. It has
Oh.
14,000 kilometers. Which still is like, I don't know, 8,000 miles? 9,000 miles? I don't know, you guys can correct me. I don't know, whatever 14,000 kilometers is. This would be a good Glendora Mountain Road car. We'll see how windy it is at the bottom, but we definitely need to go get fuel somewhere.
It's getting a bit low.
A bit low. The light was on. The light gave up flashing. So we either broke the light or it doesn't care anymore. Yo, look at the wind.
It sucks you can't see it on the camera.
No, you might be able to see it in the trees though.
Yeah.
The leaves are blowing both directions.
I can see why you wanted one of these.
Dude, they're so cool, like, I love this. Literally a street legal race car.
Yeah.
There's rocks. It just, the summer's better because the roads are cleaner. Like, that's a boulder out there. That would do some damage for sure. Now we're back to civilization. Oh, we still need to get fuel. So I gotta figure out where to get fuel, but I'm kind of scared to get fuel up here because of how windy it is. I don't know where the better option is. We'll figure it out. We'll get fuel somewhere. All right, so just finished the first actual like test drive of the car. We didn't get a chance to drive it home, but it was at night, and I just kind of had to stay nice and calm. But I got to kind of drive it through the mountains a little bit. That was super nice. There was snow up top, so we kind of avoided the slippery, icy roads, even though there's a little bit of section with ice on it. And yeah, it was insane. Like it's kind of hard to put into words how excited I am about this car. I know people comment like, "Oh, it's not this, it's not an Evo, it's not whatever else." Like, dude, it's the one that I've always wanted. It's the one I saw. It's exactly what I wanted. So I'm super pumped on it. There is a lot of things that need to be worked on. I need to address some of the brakes because it's kind of a little sketchy at times. The no power steering thing, I'm sure we can figure that out. And then it stumbles and like kind of hiccups as it runs. So I don't know if we need to throw it on a dyno. So hey, maybe I'll be coming to 961 Motorsports and throw it on the dyno there because they have an all-wheel drive dyno. So maybe we gotta go to them. But we will we'll see. We'll kind of go through it as we need to. But this is it, man. Like this is literally what I've wanted. And it's funny because even my roommate, me and him were talking way back at the beginning, like, hey, dude, if you could have any car, like what car would you want? I was like, man, I want an RS200. I've never seen one for sale. So I once this one popped up, I had to make it happen, but I've never seen one for sale. But I even told him back then, hey, this is what I want. And it's crazy because about 2 months ago now, so now I've had this almost a month, but I've been, in the Philippines and in Borneo. But 2 months ago, I was at Sam's shop in Anaheim, and they're talking about their ideal dream cars because I think there was a NSX there, and then there was, I think it was a P1, some kind of crazy McLaren, and then there was a bunch of other McLarens and Audi R8s and all these turbo cars and stuff. And they're like, what's your dream car? Like a Porsche or this or that? I'm like, hey, the Porsches are super nice, but an RS200. And a lot of them had to Google it to see what he's like, what is it? What is an RS200? They're like, oh, this thing is super crazy. It's like an MR2. I was like, kind of just cooler. So it's weird that it kind of came to fruition the way it did. It showed up at the time it did. And it was literally, like I said, less than 2 months ago, I shared with a whole group of people like, hey, this is my dream car. And popped up on Marketplace less than a month later. And then all of a sudden we made a deal. We made it happen. He flew in, like you heard on the story. He flew in super late from Michigan, and I met him about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and made the deal, made it happen. So I knew as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is it. Like, I don't care what's wrong with it. I don't care what it needs. I'll fix it. I'll figure it out. Like, this is what I want. So there's some big plans for it in the future. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing with it. I would like to drive the car more so I can figure out the characteristics of the car so we can kind of trust the car and see what it actually needs. But for right now, I'm just stoked to have an RS. This is, like I said, a dream come true. I mean, it has a Cosworth motor in it. As you saw when we were driving it boosts almost 20 PSI or right around 20 PSI at boost. So if I had to guess, it maybe make, 300 horsepower, 350 something. So super, super cool. I'm extremely stoked on it. I love the rally lights and everything up front. Don't know, I might actually take them off maybe for some better aerodynamics, or I don't know, maybe lighten up the front a little bit. But maybe do something with the wheels. I like the white on white wheels, but maybe I'll get modifying that because I like changing stuff around and making it more of my style. So we might be getting into that, but either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the pictures. Stay tuned because the RS is here to stay, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with this, and hopefully maybe some car stuff. I've never really done car meets, and it's really sad that Newcomb's Ranch is closed. If you haven't checked out Newcomb's Ranch, check it out. It used to be on Angeles Crest Highway up on Highway 2. And I used to actually ride a street bike up there. We'd ride up there, on the weekends, like Saturday mornings and stuff. But now it just got dark, so I guess that's telling us that it's lights out. Hold on. If I do a dance, it'll come back on. Look at that. Man, power. Look at the power in that. But yeah, so it's sad Newcomb's Ranch is gone. So, we I don't know if we're going to make a run up there, but we might. I have to find out if the road's closed or not. I know for the winter time it's probably closed right now for sure, but maybe drop some comments. There we go. Down below, drop some comments. Let me know where you'd like to see this thing. I'm located in Southern California, so anything like SoCal meets, those type of things would be really, really cool. Also, if you guys didn't know that this car is actually from Fast and Furious. If you watch Fast and Furious 4, this is the actual car there. I think it was filmed in like Peru or somewhere. That's why they had to use this one, because I believe this is the only right-hand drive one that's in the US. So super cool. That's why they use this one in the shot. You can tell by the lights that's the same car. And the guy who owned this car actually owned I believe the 8.6 that's next to it in the video too. So it's at the very beginning. You can find it online. They're like kind of drag racing off. And then what's crazy, what most people don't know, is that my title sponsor, Garagistic, if you wait like 8 seconds after the clip of this one burning out and taking off, right next to it, there's a guy in an Ed Hardy. I'm going to throw you on blast, buddy. There's a guy in an Ed Hardy shirt filling up a red 240Z. There's a red one and a white one. That's actually Matthew, so the owner of Garagistic. That's actually him and his brother. And I guess the story is they brought the cars down. They wanted to use them as prop cars, but the drivers couldn't drive manual because it's Corvette swapped, or LS swapped now. So LS swapped, and they couldn't drive manual. So Matthew had to drive it, and they're like, "Hey, you look the part. Like, can you be?" It's either Puerto Rico or Cuban or somewhere. I don't know exactly where that one's set at, but he looks the part, so they kept him in it. He's got a white Ed Hardy shirt on, so go check him out if you haven't. But anyways, it's crazy that he has the car, and then this is the other car, and they're in like the same scene, basically filmed in Fast and Furious 4 back in, I don't know, 2008 or 9 or whenever Fast and Furious 4 came out. Don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly when that came out. I apologize. Sometime in the past. But yeah, I just want to share with you guys that the car, don't have a name for her yet, but we'll be working on the name, we'll be working on the car, and we'll be working with you guys to post more media, and maybe comment below what you like to see. And yeah, we'll bring it out. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow. This is our new baby. I know we normally only do race cars and drift cars, but this is our street legal race car, and maybe we'll even bring it to the track. I don't know. We'll do something with it. It's going to be cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sharing my dream with me. Enjoy the rest of your life. Enjoy. Let's go.